This shit's so dumb. So, I'm a person who has a terrible sense of direction. I'll admit that. I can't fucking, for the life of me, figure out directions on certain things. But this game genuinely pissed me off. You give us the fucking most compressed JPEG known to man, use it as the reference. You have the radar, which looks like I just shat out a bunch of silly string and called that a map. And then you have to and then when I was playing, okay, I was given a task, one job, 0 levels, and I wanted to get the hash codes. I want to be a good boy, But then they told me to find Sierra. And because I'm new at the game, and because these maps have the fucking compression of a JPEG image smushed through and been screenshotted 17 times, I have a look around, I go to satellite by one because I realize relying on the map is a complete fucking waste of time. And I end up crashing out because I can't find Sierra. The only one I found was India, which was in the middle of nowhere, and I just couldn't find it. I wouldn't mind... Like, the thing is, I wouldn't complain as much if some of the satellites were just completely disconnected from the road randomly. I get you can't have every part of everything be easy, but your signposts are so useless that I honestly have to use an interactive map on a website to figure out where I'm going. Because your signposts don't lead. There's not enough of them. Add a little bit more per corner, because when you turn a corner, guess what happens? If you do not know where you're going, you're gonna keep driving, and that's how you end up going in a circle. I get this game wants to be scary and horrible, but it's not scary when I'm lost like a little idiot and I feel like I'm being a stupid idiot. Like, it makes me feel stupid, and I am stupid. But at the same time, this sense of direction with the map feels like I'm having a lobotomy. I have to use an interactive map because the tools in the game are so useless at helping me find the satellites. I'm crashing out over this. I had footage from when I first played, and now that's completely gone. So no more first time reactions to anything. The ATV handles like a piece of shit, and yeah, hard Gmod physics, but even the buggy handled more smoothly than the ATV did. I genuinely would not mind I wouldn't mind if there was just a path, but no, you have to go up Mount Everest in the hills and risk damaging your ATV on day one, because I got the Sierra signal just to find it and get a hash code. I know there's gonna be people saying that, oh, you don't need to get all the hash codes, they're just there to get extra points. Buddy, I want to learn the game, and if I want to learn, I'm trying to seek out a challenge. There's a reason why I like Ultra Kill and Brutal Difficulty and other games with a difficult sense. But no, I have to go and look on Google to find an interactive map to get my sense of direction, because the hyper-compressed JPEG and the silly string radar just can't tell me where anything is. Yeah, sure, SV target satellite. Yeah, it'll come up as a red dot. That's really gonna help me when the fucking geography looks like it came out my butthole. God damn, just make the map more clear. I'm gonna re-download the game in a minute and just actually play it. Oh my god, I have to record all that footage again. This is fucking pointless, bro. And you already know the glazers, or not really the glazers, but the experienced players are gonna be bragging about how easy it is to find it and how it's a skill issue. Okay, buddy, I get you have your perfect memorization of the map layout because you've been playing for 7,000 hours, know all the secrets, and probably just have a collection of Killjoy plushes in real life. But buddy, I don't know how to fucking figure out anything if I don't get told anything. Yeah, the map does not have good sense of direction. It's a fucking super hyper omega compressed JPEG. I can't tell anything about it. Use the radar. It's just a bunch of lines. It looks like diarrhea spilled spaghetti. Honestly, I might actually just wait for the game to be fully complete and have its kinks ironed out, because I'm sure that the game is really good. In fact, I really like the game. It's just this one issue that I have a gripe. It's just the one issue that grinds my gears. If you're gonna have a game that relies on dealing with multiple tasks at once, you better be able to tell a new player how to find the things he needs to go to without making things look like they're... Okay, let's say there's an excuse for it, right? The reason why that image in the satellite, whatever the room is called, with the computer and stuff, the reason why it looks so shit is because of the art style. That's not a fucking excuse if I don't know where to go. Yes, A equals the base, but the sensor direction doesn't help, and I can't even see the satellites because there's 40,000 trees, and every mountainous terrain is super vertical. And yet again, here it comes, right? The experienced players are gonna be like, why don't you just go through trial and error and find it? Okay, there's a difference between normal trial and error and trial and erroring it while dealing with the most janky ass mechanics on their most stupidest to control ATV in existence. Literally walking to areas is better. But oh wait, why don't you walk? Because it takes a quarter of a day just to get there then. When I get a game, okay, I don't like being handheld, sure, but at the same time, I don't like being thrown into a deep pit that's 12 feet deep, not given a ladder, and just told to climb out even though it's made of sand. So what I have to fucking do is get the perfect technique, or I'm just gonna slide back down every single time. I've played games where you're supposed to figure out things on your own before, with maps and stuff like that, and this is just confusing. Why do you have to compress it? It's not to invoke a sense of curiosity. This just makes me want to take a violent shit, hurl it into a toilet, and then watch it break apart because I take concrete craps. Oh my god, you know what's funny is I'm saying this in like the heat of the moment, so my opinion's probably gonna change. But I'm not touching this game until it comes out on Steam. And when it comes out on Steam, I am literally gonna get an interactive map, because I bet that stupid ass, evil ass, dumb ass, stupid mega JPEG compressed image will still be there on the wall. Holy! I am an idiot, but I'm not that much of an idiot. Okay, and maybe it's just not the game for me, but I enjoyed every other mechanic. I like how interactive it is, but it's a game I'd rather watch than play. It's just stupid. When I look at a game, I don't just want to, I don't want to just play a game, only like some parts of it, just to have one really big part completely ruin it for me. This is like if I fucking played the finals, I enjoyed the gunplay mechanics, and then there was really overpowered. Oh wait, that is just kind of true. Okay, but that's like less of an issue though. Overpowered weapons are like, at least like you can cope by saying the developers will patch it. But this fucking map layout makes me want to blow my brains out. And I'm sure some people are gonna tell me, oh, you can change the day speed settings, or you can change whatever this thing is. Why do some satellites have to not be on a path? Why? It doesn't make me curious. It doesn't make me want to explore. It's just a fucking advanced version of a fetch quest at that point. Actually, to be fair, okay, I wouldn't mind the gameplay loop because it is technically a fetch quest. You go get signals, you get hash codes, you put them on a box, you send them away. But it's the fact that it's so unintuitive that it makes me want to slap my nuts and watch them jiggle. Like, this shit is stupid, man. I just want the developers to do at least like a few things. One, uncompress that JPEG. You don't have to make it super high quality, but at least make it tell me, or at least show the base, because I thought that giant big ass black streak was the river. Second, okay, you don't have to change the radar quality. If you're gonna make the map look better, then that will actually help a lot. Okay. 3. Signpost. Make the signpost with the labels saying the names be more clear. Put them more commonly around. Don't make them obscenely, don't make them too common. Like every time I turn a corner, there should be at least some sort of visual indicator that isn't just related to instant memorization of somehow knowing of everything. I shouldn't have to just, okay, it's good. It's good you want me to memorize things. It's good you want me to go to places and memorize it. But you better at least make a good introductory experience for a new player. And first of all, if you're going to put the satellite somewhere, because they're important, if you want me to find a satellite to get a hash code from, do not hide that satellite behind 50,000 trees and a fucking mountain. I couldn't see it. Sierra was practically invisible. And yes, you could look at the radar. But yet again, if you're new, you're not gonna know the geography. You're gonna look at the landscape and be like, confused. I might be a dumbass, but I don't want to be a dumbass. I know that when I first pick up a game, I'm going to be horrible at it. Ultra Kill, I was terrible. Doom, I was terrible. There were games that I was so awful with, but because they knew how to at least make me learn or try things, I got way better. Ultra Kill, I became fucking cracked at that game, playing on Brutal P ranking P2. And I know that they're different games, with one's got a linear story and you basically just know where to go because it's straightforward, but it doesn't matter. There's still a concept. You can still teach someone to do something without making it impossible or super vague. This could literally just be fixed if there were paths to these fucking things so you could go one by one to them and just look at the name on them. Why does Sierra have to be in the middle of buttfuck nowhere? Is this realistic? In real life, do we just have satellites in the middle of nowhere? Do we? Okay, we do have them in nowhere, but there's probably at least paths to them. They don't just put them in the middle of a fucking forest and then don't make paths to go to them. Oh, but like they have like the GPS technology. I will genuinely touch you, bro.